And now, views and interviews from the world of technology. Coming up, Sky News Tech Talk with Holloman.
My name is Kraig Swensrud. I'm the CMO at Salesforcecom, which is a leader in enterprise cloud computing. We're here today at our Dreamforce conference in San Francisco, California, where we've got over 45,000 people registered to attend. It's an amazing convergence of folks from a wide variety of industries globally who have all come to talk about cloud computing and the social enterprise.
And for the people that don't know, what is Salesforcecom?
Salesforcecom is the leader in enterprise cloud computing, which is a major trend that is sweeping across organizations where instead of buying servers and buying software and hiring folks to configure and set up those servers and software to run your core business systems and apps, you can just pull those applications out of the cloud, off the internet, and you can just rent those applications or subscribe to them off the internet. Instead of undergoing the cost and complexity and the risk of setting up traditional software and hardware systems. And that's what we refer to as cloud computing, and Salesforce.com is delivering that service to businesses. We're really talking about three key steps to becoming a social enterprise. Number one is your core database of customer information has to move forward. It's no longer enough to know your customer's name and their phone number and their email address. You need to know more about your customer today than ever before. You need to know who they are. You need to know what they like on Facebook, what they're talking about publicly in social media. You need to know more about your customer today than ever before, what they might be experiencing on YouTube, not only in the public domain, but you need to share that information inside of your company. So you need to break down the silos between departments, and that's what it's all about. Step two of creating a social network is about creating an employee social network, connecting all of your employees inside of your company so that they can collaborate and work together, whether it's a sales organization trying to sell a product, or a customer service organization trying to keep a customer happy, or a marketing team that's trying to work together on a campaign, or any function inside of a company needs to leverage these new technologies and create an employee social network, but something that's private and secure for your company. And then kind of the third step in the journey is to engage with your customers in those areas, create a customer social network. Be able to create apps that engage your customers out on Facebook. Being able to understand what your customers are even saying on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube and these other social networks. Engage your customers where they are. Not only listen and understand what they're saying, but engage with them. And that's really been the phenomenon we're seeing, where companies are all standing up a presence on Facebook. And now you see it everywhere as you travel around, that the advertisements no longer say, come to www.mycompany.com. They say go to facebook.com/mycompany or my marketing campaign. And so companies are moving all of their efforts into these new social channels, creating customer social networks. And then finally, what we're starting to see emerge is really bringing products on the social network. We first saw this when we met with Toyota, where they want to create a Toyota friend. They said, well, if I have all of these friends on Facebook, why is my car not my friend? Why is my car not telling me when the tire pressure is low, or the car needs maintenance, or my car is up for a renewal on the lease? My car is my friend. And it's really not only companies like Toyota, but everybody who's making a product is actually going this direction. Warner Brothers, who markets the Harry Potter movies. The Harry Potter movie is the product. They're putting the product on the social network. Now you can go to facebook.com/Harry Potter movie, and you can stream the movie. You can have an entire social experience with the Harry Potter movie, and that Warner Brothers is driving that online. So that's what we're talking about with social enterprises. And it goes, cloud is really the foundation. You have to be in cloud computing to even get to this next step. Right? All of the social networks, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Google, they are all cloud first. Salesforce.com, at its core, is an enterprise cloud computing company, and now we're going to this next step of computing, which is about social enterprises.
So considering your heritage, Salesforce has always been like a CRM tool for sales personnel, but it sounds like you're kind of expanding beyond that. Are you going to change the name, or to redefine what you're about?
No, people love Salesforce, and we've got an incredibly strong brand. And what's most interesting about this new phenomenon is that we're continuing to put the customer at the center of the business. Because this new world, when we're talking about the social revolution that's underway, it's a new way to service your customer. It's like I was mentioning before, it's no longer enough to know their name and their phone number and their email address and expect to deliver a phenomenal experience to your customer. You need to know today more than ever about who they are, more than ever about what they're experiencing, more than ever about how they're engaging with your products, more than ever what they're doing online and what they're sharing through social media, what they're sharing publicly through social media. And so the customer is really still at the center of this business, and that's part of our core DNA, being a customer relationship management company. So really going back to the roots of Salesforce.com, this is really our natural path forward.
Okay, so we see a trend of big corporates adopting or embracing social media, but social media has been around for quite some time. Why do you think is happening now, or why is it taking so long?
Sure, that's a really great question. It just takes some time. And we started to see this happen, if you think about, just rewind the clock 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and companies like Facebook barely even existed. And companies like Twitter didn't exist. And this amazing device, the iPhone that I have in my hand, it didn't exist. YouTube didn't exist. And so it is actually, the social revolution has happened faster than anyone could have possibly imagined. And if you think about these major cycles in computing, whether it's from mainframe computing or mini computing or client-server computing or even the first desktop internet or even the mobile internet that we've witnessed over the course of the past 10 years, the social revolution has happened faster than all of those previous paradigms. And it has brought more users into the fold. 750 million users are now on Facebook. And of course, it started with the younger generation. It started with folks that were in college, which is where Facebook began. And of course, those folks that were in college and universities graduated, and then they entered the workforce. And the speed at which this has happened has been absolutely amazing. And it's really been in the past couple of years, really since we were here at our Dreamforce conference in 2009 when we first launched our enterprise social networking product, Chatter. It's really been in the past couple of years where companies have wanted to put their foot on the gas and to accelerate and they need a roadmap. They need to figure out how to transform their organizations into social enterprises. And that is what we're delivering to them at Salesforce, is that roadmap to get there. And not only a prescriptive roadmap, but the showcasing of other companies and how other companies are doing it, because every company is different. And every industry is different. But when you take a look at whether it's the retail industry with Burberry, or it's the airline industry with KLM, or it's the automotive industry with Toyota, or the financial services industry, every industry is unique and every company is unique. So it's going to be special to every single company, and that's what the social enterprise license agreement that we're announcing is all about, is a way to essentially buy your custom social enterprise from Salesforce.com and figure out, it's a journey, figure out exactly what that means for you and then implement that.
Who is going to deliver and manage the rollout of the social enterprise? Is it going to be the CIO? Is it going to be someone from a consulting firm? Is it going to be a specialist from Salesforce? Who are the people skilled and in the right position to make this happen?
What we've seen happen over the course of the last year or two is that a lot of these social transformations inside of companies are being driven from the top down. They're being driven from the C-suite, whether that's the CEO or the CIO or a combination of those folks, because they want to see change in their organization. They want to transform their organization to be able to operate in today's modern world. They want to flatten their organization. They want more transparency as executives. They want to be able to service their customers faster, right? Because the speed at which we're moving right now is so rapid that companies need to transform now. You saw that today with Burberry introducing Burberry World, going completely digital, end-to-end experience of how the customer experiences the Burberry brand. It's an absolutely phenomenal story. And it's being driven internally by C-level executives, and then of course it's implemented by the company itself, transforming departments, transforming the IT organization. And of course, Salesforce.com has a wide array of partners that can help these companies do that. But a lot of these transformations that we're seeing, that come from within, and a lot of them come from the executives at companies. It's really amazing.
Sky News Tech Talk, in association with First Tuesday, the UK's largest network for high-growth technology companies and their investors. For free membership, visit firsttuesday.org.uk.